Hey guys, let's talk about taking your script or your story idea and bringing it to life on the comic book page. That can be a challenge, figuring out how to take your artwork, your story, and develop the artwork to tell that story. So, this is my little breakdown of how to get your comic from your script to the page. Here we go. I want to start with The Far Side by Gary Larson, one of my favorite all-time comic strips. And I've always loved how Gary Larson could take one simple joke, one simple idea, and illustrate it with one panel, with just one image and then a little caption. It's all you needed to have a really funny joke. I love that. And so that challenge, that essence of storytelling, of getting one image to tell the whole story with just the room for just one caption is is really mind-boggling to me. Sometimes I think we take for granted how easy someone like Gary Larson makes it look, taking a comic strip and making us laugh. To me, making someone laugh is harder than making someone cry. I don't know, controversial maybe. But for me, I think a high point as a creator is being able to make people laugh and then finding that perfect image, perfect caption to go with it. So, let's talk about how to actually work on that a little bit. So for me, I did a little comic strip. I would not, you know, be so arrogant as to assume that it was funny, but it was funny to me. It made me chuckle at least. So my process always started with a little script. And I got in the habit of writing down funny things that occurred to me because that just naturally happens to me. I'll be going along and think, oh, that's funny. That's funny. Or something happens. I think, oh, that's funny. So I write it down. And then later, I would try to craft that into a comic strip. And so sometimes what makes it funny is the image, and sometimes it's the image and the combination with the caption. And so finding out how to do that to make that joke work can be challenging. So when I would do the illustration, I would usually start with some rough thumbnails and try to rough out an idea. And here I have this joke about Halloween with the stormtrooper, and he's wearing a Starfleet uniform, but the only thing that makes it funny is the color because he's a red shirt. And I thought that little caption putting together with, the commander, and here we have the red shirt. Funny. Another one. I had this idea for, Weatherman on Alderaan sees the the new moon up at the top. What does it really mean? Or this one. This one just occurred to me one day. I was like, Avengers Assemble. And I was like, oh, what about like Assemble? They got their furniture from IKEA. Who's going to put it together? Not the Hulk, right? So, playing around with a joke is another way of thinking and interpreting your idea. How do you show it? Ninja Pig. Now, this is where I'm going to break down a little bit how I do a more longer story. And so, for me, again, it starts with a script. I start writing out that script and imagining in my mind's eye what's happening. It seems kind of weird. I've talked to other creators who work for themselves don't necessarily write a script. Some of them work more visually and they write things visually, so they doodle and they sketch it out. My good friend Art Baltazar does that. I've seen him conceive of a story, and his way of note taking is to draw hundreds and thousands of thumbnails as he plans out the plot of what's happening. And then he goes back in and numbers it, and he constructs his story out of those little images. Well, I guess for me, it's much easier to just do it in written form because I forget. And so I try to describe the action, describe what people are saying. And I don't know, it gives me a little bit of safety and security to have a script to follow, even if I wrote it for myself. But I don't tie myself to that script. I let myself take my notes, write the script out, and then when I start sketching, I allow things to change and develop into something else. So this is where I try to write some jokes. Like Ninja Pig says, I'm silent and I'm deadly and I want revenge. Right? So how do I illustrate this in a way that really emphasizes the story? In the beginning, we talked about this caption at night in feudal Japan, and we see a silhouette on the castle, and he's climbing in, and then another little gag where he hides in the corner, and then suddenly when the guards pass, his stomach pops out because he couldn't hold his breath any longer. You know, little gags. So here, After I've written it out, that's when my mind starts to go to work on the images. And so I've kind of doodled here, sketched out what's happening to Ninja Pig on the wall. I drew a little rough castle idea, see a little silhouette. The camera moves in a little bit closer, and then we see some sort of action where he's like moving in into the space. So I take that, and usually I do that on paper, and I'll take a picture, and I'll drop that little picture into Procreate, and I'll use that as a basis in the background on a layer to help me sketch out the panels. Now, I already decided and measured out that for me, the Ninja Pig is a three-panel story in a 5.5 by 8.5 book. So I give myself that space to work either with three panels or with one. And so on the left-hand side, you see this rough sketch of the pagoda and a little silhouette of Ninja Pig on the top, then a close-up, then a close-up, and then he's dropping off the roof. And in particular, in this particular style, I just jump right to the inking. Some of the poses I have to work out a little bit more with my blue line to kind of get the sketch right. But others, I just go right into the inking because I kind of wanted that rough style. And I didn't need to labor over it, so I just skip right to the ink. And the benefit of working in layers makes that possible. Then, of course, moving on to the second page. Oh, he sees the guards coming. You see a little sketch here on the side, and then he hides in the shadow, and they come closer, and then we show them passing by him, and then the exhale, and then he's proud of himself, so it's a close up, and then he grabs his ninja stars, right? So that's a whole sequence that was described in the script that I kind of illustrated that way. So here we have that wall. And I decided that to show the progression of time and space and to show this scene better, I needed to have the castle stationary. So we have, Ninja Pig arriving, hiding, and the guards coming closer and then passing by. And the background stays stationary, but the action changes to emphasize what happened. So I wanted to make that clear. Then in the top panel, you can see he finally exhales, and that's the silly motion where his belly pops out. Then we get into that, I'm going, and then he grabs his stars. And I purposefully turned his head to the left. I think in the other one I had him facing the right. In this case, I decided, oh wait, he needs to be looking, well, to our left, but to his right to watch the guards that had passed the other way. So I wanted to keep that camera motion going that way. Next, I wanted to have this cool action shot where he's cocked and ready to go, ready to throw his stars, and then the resolution where he tosses his stars at the guys. So here, I really had to work on his pose a lot. So I did a lot of rough sketching to figure out how I wanted him to be, getting ready, pulling back his arm, ready to throw, leaping in the air, attacking the guards, taking them out, right? So this is the complete put together picture with the captions, right? So I kind of shortened it a little bit. And this is where, like I said before, once I get into the illustration part and then I do the lettering, sometimes my script changes and I allow myself that freedom. But because I've used that routine, that really helps me not get lost. And so hopefully I don't make as many mistakes and editing problems. So here I can shorten it. I didn't put any big narration. I just put Sakamoto Castle. And then the shadowy figure, they'll never see me coming. Oh no, here come the guards. He hides out. Whew. And this is where he goes, I am silent. I am deadly. I'm Ninja Pig, and I want revenge. Boom. Right? So I didn't exactly know where I was going to put those thought balloons, but they kind of fit into the story beats as I developed the image. And that's the kind of flexibility I give myself when I'm making my stories. So for me, again, it's that hybrid process of scripting, sketching, finishing, and then lettering where it all comes back together. So what's important is that you develop your own process. But I really do think when you're doing comic book storytelling, it's complicated. And so you really got to pay attention to your camera angles, to your narration, to your dialogue. And so that requires a level of planning ahead of time. So whether you plan visually with all sketching and doodling, or you do kind of a hybrid like me where you write yourself a script and then you sketch and draw and then you cobble it together, whichever works, Maybe you have your own process. I don't know. But that's how it works, right? And so if you want to do visual storytelling, you got to come up with a process. All right. Nice to see you. Talk to you next time.